Morena. It's Tuesday morning, about 2, day after a public holiday. See, it's organic day as well. Organic week. People have got their rubbish out. It's 6:30ish in the morning. Been up really early. My fiance got up around, her alarm went off around 4 something. So she left early. She left before 6 or around 6. Go down to Hamilton. I'm staying up because I need to do some stuff for her mum. And trying to go for a walk around the block. This time a bit of a longer walk, 20-25 minute walk compared to the usual 15. Try to clear my head and get a decent walk in as well. So much going on. It's kind of suffocating in a way. It's hard to move things forward when you're stretched super thin. I've got a class tonight. I need to catch up on my modules, and then I need to get back to a few people, organize a few phone calls. What else? Look for a job, continue my business, which I haven't even really thought about or talked about for a while. Just not been in the right state of mind for that, to be honest. It's kind of hard to focus on something like that when so many other things not really working. And then there's these videos and my LinkedIn posts. So I listened to Darren Daly on the Friday one because it disappears in 3 days from the day it's published, so Fridays will be gone. So my plan is to publish Friday, Monday, and maybe the Saturday newsletter in a single post and just do like highlights, and then to do today's one, Tuesday, try to get back on rhythm. And actually I was thinking of maybe just doing what have I learned kind of video from trying to record every day for the past 167, I think it is. So what's that? Just under 6 months. It's a long time, really long time. It's like 5 times 30 is 150, so it's 5 months and 2 weeks or something like that. Bearing in mind, hasn't been perfect. It's been actually a few days where I've completely missed. Been so tired, I haven't quite done it. So yeah. Anyway, talk it a bit. My bad. I was talking and then I realised I was going to walk past somebody, so I just put the phone down. Forgot where I was at. But I've just been walking in silence, thinking about stuff that's been going on. And the thought that's come into my mind is that it's really hard to it's really hard to know when things are going to work or not. And when you have a ticking clock, in the sense that like you've got a limited amount of money to support things, and then you're constantly distracted. And there's this thing that I've been saying, it's really hard to focus when you're exhausted and all of this stuff. And then it's like, I think of Layla Hormozi, who often says, doesn't matter what you feel, you just got to do what you got to do anyway. And that's what separates people who achieve things from people who don't, is you allow your feelings to dictate what you do when you do it. And I think back to the last couple of weeks or however long it's been, it's kind of been happening. Not entirely, I mean there is things that have been outside of my control that are really hard to manage, and I've been trying to do my best, like for example with all of this health stuff going on and going to the hospital like, I don't know, 2 times in the past 2 weeks. That's a lot. Each time I was at the hospital, I had my laptop. It did warrant a extension on the essay, and that took an extra week. But then I've also lost a week of prep for the presentation, which I'm working on at the moment. And the essay took up all of my brain power. And I did have events, 2 events that I went to, but like coaching, that was parked, looking for a job, that was parked. My general routine, that was parked. All of these things didn't really happen. And then I think of, oh yeah, but it can't always be perfectly even, you know, you're going to have seasons. Maybe this is just a season of struggle to see what you're made of. Then I think back to other times where it was difficult. I didn't know what was going to happen. When I was in hospital, for example, I didn't know how long I was going to be there. I didn't know how long it was going to take to recover. When I came out, same thing. Dealing with my brother, same thing. I didn't know how long it was going to take him to sort himself out. And he still hasn't. So that, yeah, everything's just really hard. Kind of surrounded by all of this stuff that I just can't control. And I've just got to do my best to maintain myself, my priorities, my energy, my well-being, my routine, my standards, my boundaries, all of that stuff. I've kind of been letting some of that fall to the side. And then this is kind of an example of what happens when you do that. Everything just gets harder, so much harder. Harder to do what you need to do, harder to have the impact that you want, to do your best work. Then I think about Friday's Darren Daily, which is all about social media and the impact it has and comparison, and how before social media we only had a network of like 20 people that influenced us, and now we have a innumerable sized network. Can be as big as you want it to be based on your engagement, and we're comparing ourselves to people all the time. It's just instinctually human. We're a societal, social creature. Can't help it, and that's actually why Darren says he doesn't go on social media at all, because of that very reason, because he's not immune to it, and he knows the effect it has. So rather than trying to mitigate it, he just doesn't do it at all, which is super extreme, but also clearly works for him, because he's got a super consistent routine. But that's the other point, right? It's comparing your day 1 to someone else's day 10,000 or whatever. That's also not healthy. So comparison is pretty brutal, man. I'm sure, no doubt, people watching videos like mine or others are probably comparing themselves to me, or this. I've compared myself to people I'm watching too. I mean, look at it. I just mentioned something about what Layla or Mosey said. That's me comparing myself to her thoughts. So comparisons are almost unavoidable to an extent. Well, the best way to do it is either to not engage or to reduce how much time you engage and interact and spend, and who you follow, all of that stuff. I went through the exercise of trimming the list of people that I subscribe to, thinking by being super specific of who I subscribe to, that I would only watch good content. Truth is, I've watched a lot of rubbish, and it's not like YouTube doesn't stop showing you random stuff. So that's not good enough. That doesn't work perfectly. It requires the individual to maintain and to control and to govern their own time and attention. So that's what I need to do. It's probably what you need to do. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. I need to rest my brain. So yeah, maybe I'll see you later. This is really long. All right. Kia ora. It is evening, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Just got back from going out celebrating because I got my essay back graded. Got an A, which is really cool. 88 out of 100. Good comments. Basically, he said he's not worried about the technical footnotes and all that, because the writing was good and the content was good and the topic was courageous and ambitious, and he wanted to give me credit for that. So it's a good result. So we just celebrated with some ice cream at Ollie's, which was really nice. Yeah, what else? Oh yeah, I had class, and then basically had dinner and then went out. So gonna go to bed shortly, and then we're driving down to Hamilton tomorrow, so I'll be driving down in the morning, and then we're gonna stay there Wednesday night and come back Thursday. Hopefully her mother will be okay by herself. But yeah, I don't remember if I did a video this morning. It's funny because I was on a call today at 11 to 12 with Stanley from the attention seeker, and I asked the question about vlogs, basically. And he said it's really important to have a 3-part structure: beginning, middle, end. You want to try and have a human truth. You want to try and make it relatable to the people watching, relevant. And he gave me some advice, and there was another guy there who gave me some good advice about, if you run out of things to say, keep a good list of like viral things to talk about or viral strategies to put in to your video. So kind of been thinking about having a catalog of ideas. I definitely thought about that before, but the viral thing, that's not really something I care about too much, but definitely things to talk about. And one thing that Stanley said is to try and pick out a story from the day. So he's like, one of his videos that went viral was just about the story of getting a pie and how he wanted to get this pie, and then he changed his mind and was like, which is the better pie? And that was relevant to people, so I watched it. And I'm like thinking about my videos and what I get up to in the day, and I'm like, how can I turn this into a story? And then you need to have footage and like B-roll, and then do a voiceover over the top of it. And I'm just thinking that sounds like a lot of work for me to do every day. Hence why nowadays I just do like a single take, try to get some footage out and about, but generally I'm not in a place that I can do that, or in a space that I can do that easily, because there's lots of people around, or I don't know, just not the best environment to do those things. Anyway, that's probably long enough for now. I will chat to you later. Good night.